And we're joined by incumbent councillor Gail Given, running for re-election. So are you running on the record of the council for the past 4 years?
Well, the decisions we have to make are future decisions. So I typically don't run on any one issue or one platform. I've always promoted a way of governing versus any one specific issue. So from my perspective, it's really important that you elect a councillor that is balanced, that will do the work involved to do research, do all the reading, somebody that's consistent with past policy decisions. So I think these are the things that are important, that the voters know that you're going to be consistent. If you say yes to something in one policy document, that is what will guide you in the next decision.
So you're promising to come to council meetings prepared. You read through the documents and you know what you're talking about.
Yes, as well as respecting the professional advice of staff, balanced with the perspectives of the community. So it is all about balance and being open to receiving new information. We are always dealing with a changing environment. So, and by that I mean different legislation. This last term we got to deal with COVID. Who knew that was going to happen? So you have to be flexible, prepared, and willing to put in the work. So, and that's what I commit.
A common theme with some of the younger candidates that have come forward is that we should move to a ward system so different neighborhoods can be represented more directly. What do you think about that?
Well, I think you will see there's only one community in the province of BC that's on a ward system, and that's Lake Country. And it was as a result of them moving from being regional district represented to a new municipality. Ward systems can be very divisive and more about pitting neighborhood against neighborhood, project versus project, and people striving to do things just for their neighborhood. So it can tend to be very divisive for a community. A lot of what we do is at a much higher level policy level, and the ward system gets promoted every time there's an election because people really would rather compete with a fewer number of candidates. It is the only time you hear ward system come up. It's a standard election.
Big issue
prompt.
all the time, it never goes away, is how we deal with the issue of homelessness. Has council been doing the right thing, cooperating with other levels of government, getting people into housing? There always seems to be another 300 people needing it.
Probably my personal biggest frustration is that all the effort and the money that we have put towards the matter hasn't appreciably changed the face of our streets. So people being frustrated with what we see on the streets, I certainly understand that. It's equally as frustrating to have created the Journey Home strategy, put things in place there on the bylaw front, the lobbying efforts with the province.
But it's never solved.
It's not solved, and it's not a Kelowna issue. I think there were some recent articles talking about availability of housing, period, on a per capita basis in Canada versus other G7 countries, and kind of can go back to those details to see why we might have a problem. I mean, Canadian Mortgage and Housing used to build housing. They quit doing that a long time ago. So there's multiple agencies that have to come to the table on this, and more housing, period, is required.
Right. Okay, now on that note, you just need to cross the bridge into Kelowna. You can see it's changing, all these high rises. When you look at them, how do you feel?
Kelowna has a very small land base upon which to place all the people that are coming here. So I really believe density in the right locations is important. We have to do it, or we'll sprawl up the hillsides and create a community that's even more car-oriented than we already are. simple fact that we have so much of our land tied up in the agricultural land reserve means we have to make the maximum benefit of the land we have available. In town centers is the best place to do it. That helps to reduce car dependency. So I think it's a necessary part of our community.
Some people say it's happening too willy-nilly, that there's not enough of a plan as to how tall they should be and where exactly they should go.
Well, we do have a downtown Night Maps plan, so yes, there is a plan. We are looking at some revisions to it. The thing that will constrain where they can go will be the ability to park them. That's also what will constrain the heights. Like the distance our roads are apart constrains the footprint. How high we will allow a parking podium constrains how tall they can go. So there are natural things in place that will constrain how high things can go.
Lots to talk about. Thanks for spending some time with us to help voters make a tough decision. So many candidates.
It looks like there are a lot of people interested. Absolutely. We'll see how many actually submit their papers. So.
Terrific. Thanks again, and thank you for watching Kelowna Now.